If every human being has access to the exact same 8 cognitive functions, why aren't we all the same? Why does one person naturally focus on possibilities while another trusts experience? Why does one person instinctively focus on harmony while another searches for logical precision? If we all have the same mental tools, what actually creates different personalities? The answer lies in something called a cognitive function stack. Welcome back to the personality series, Foundations of Personality, where we're uncovering the hidden patterns that make each of us uniquely ourselves. In the last episode, we discovered that every cognitive function belongs to one of 2 groups. Observer functions gather and organize information. Decider functions evaluate information and make decisions. Today, we're taking the next step. If everyone has the same 8 cognitive functions, how do those same functions become completely different personality types? By the end of this episode, you'll understand why everyone has the same 8 cognitive functions, how priority creates personality, what a cognitive function stack is, how the hero, parent, child, and inferior functions work together, and how this creates an ENFJ personality pattern. Let's begin. First, let's quickly remind ourselves of the 8 cognitive functions. There are 4 observer functions: NI, NE, SI, SE. These describe how we gather and organize information. Then there are 4 decider functions: FI, FE, TI, and TE. These describe how we evaluate information and make decisions. Every human being has access to all 8. So once again, why aren't we all the same? So let's answer that question together. This diagram shows the entire process. Everyone has the same 8 cognitive functions. This is where we begin. Nobody is missing a function. Every personality starts with the same 8 mental building blocks. So the difference between us doesn't come from having different functions. It comes from something much more interesting. Priority creates order. Although we all have access to the same functions, we don't naturally trust them equally. Some mental processes feel effortless, others require much more conscious effort. That natural preference creates an order. Order becomes your stack. That order is called your cognitive function stack. Think of it like arranging the same 8 books on a shelf. Everyone owns the same books, but nobody places them in exactly the same order. The order changes how the whole collection works together. The result? Personality type. So personality isn't created because one person has different functions than another. It's created because those same functions are organized differently. The order creates a unique pattern, and that pattern becomes what we recognize as personality type. Now let's look at how that order develops. Hero, your strongest and most natural function, the one your mind reaches for first. Parent, the function that supports and balances your hero. It brings responsibility and maturity. Child, a lighter, more playful function, one that often grows in confidence over time. And inferior, your least developed conscious function, often uncomfortable, but also one of your greatest opportunities for growth. These 4 conscious functions form what Jungian psychology calls the ego stack. Now let's put everything together with a real example. Here's an ENFJ. Notice something important. Nothing new has been added. The functions haven't changed, only their order has changed. Function is extroverted feeling, or FE. The parent function is introverted intuition, or NI. The child function is extroverted sensing, or SE. The inferior function is introverted thinking, or T. That unique priority creates the ENFJ personality pattern. Every personality type follows the same principle. The functions stay the same, only the order changes. So today, we have discovered Every person has the same 8 cognitive functions. Personality differences come from the priority we naturally give those functions. That priority creates a cognitive function stack, and that stack creates the unique personality patterns we observe. Remember, same functions, different priorities, personalities. But today's answer creates another fascinating question. If every personality has a hero function, why does that one function become so natural? Why does it feel so effortless, so automatic, almost like it's simply who you are? Why does one mental process become the lens through which you naturally experience the world? That's exactly what we'll explore in our next episode, where we'll discover the hero function and why one way of thinking feels so much like you. Thanks so much for joining me for another episode of the Personality Series. Until next time, keep discovering your life code.